thank you for watching my channel, and today I want to tell you a story about the law of attraction and positive thinking. So this has come about because of what I experienced on my birthday, and but before I talk about what I experienced on my birthday, I want to backtrack a bit. So law of attraction, if you don't know, it's basically like for like, is what you say, you become it. Like you attract it because you are manifesting positive thoughts towards that which you want to manifest as your reality. So before I turned 27, I had a moment of, oh my gosh, I'm going to be 30 in 3 years time. I need to be in a different position. I need to approach my 30s as a different woman, and perhaps even as a woman, you know, because in your 20s you're probably still a girl becoming a lady and learning about the aspects of what it means to be a woman. So one of the things that I said that I want to be more is I want to, you know, figure out what it is I was born to do, figure out my purpose and become that, whether it pays or not, you know, become that, and through that, like, develop myself career-wise, be earning a certain salary, working towards bettering my future and developing myself. And the other things that I wanted to make sure that at least once a year I experience something I've never experienced before, be it travel to a new country, a new place within the same country I'm in, or go to a place that I've said I'll always go, but for one reason or another, there's so many things that come up in life that make me not go. So things like that. So on my 27th, seeing as I was turning 27 on the 27th, I decided to stop there and I went to Paris. I'd always said I'm going to go to Paris. So I booked, went to Paris. I actually had dinner at the Eiffel Tower, did a river cruise, and watched Moulin Rouge. Yeah, and I was like, yep, this is the type of person I want to be. I want to be the person that says things and does them, not just say things and then dream about them, and another year, another month, another day passes and I've achieved nothing. So I was like, okay, so it's definitely possible. You say things, you work towards them, and you make it happen, and everything around you and surrounding you kind of helps you lead to the end result that you desire for yourself. And so the year next, actually, I went to France again, but I went to a different place in France. I visited Nice and Monaco, which is an absolutely beautiful, amazing place. Like Monaco, I tell you, wealth exists there. That is where Mr. Wealth is. Like, it's a beautiful place to visit, and if you've never done it before, definitely make sure you tick that off. And the following year, I had never been to Leeds. It's crazy as it sounds, like I've never done that. There's also a period in my life where I decided I'm going to visit Manchester, Liverpool, Chester. Like, I just literally made sure that I traveled and learned about the country that I'm from, like, or rather I was in. I'm a mixture of both, whatever. So yeah, so I made sure that I traveled, did new experiences. The following year after that, I was graduating, and I wanted to buy myself a gift. Like, I wanted something memorable, and actually this time didn't want to get myself like something I'm going to wear. I wanted a memory. So I have said for so many years that I wanted to go to the Ice Bar in London, which is a bar made of ice. I just found that place to be a fascinating place to visit. So I decided that would be my gift to myself. So I went there the day I graduated. That's how I celebrated my graduation. And you know, I learned that I can be all these things and put it out there, and without knowing, I become that person, and I experience those experiences, and I do the things that for some people it seems impossible. And a couple of months ago is when I began to realize that I actually was this person that attracted all the things that I desired. I was looking for my pin for my bank card, and I stumbled upon this piece of paper in my paperwork, and I was like, oh, this must be rubbish. But before I threw it, I decided, let me open it up and see, maybe it is the pin I'm looking for. And in it I'd written, I want to be a qualified teacher before I'm 30, and I want to earn a minimum of X amount. Do you know, when I looked at that paper, I really laughed, because I was earning way more than I had put, and way before I was 30, and I actually started earning that amount perhaps a year, maybe when I was 28 and more. I even surpassed that number because my job paid me more than I anticipated. And then I was a qualified teacher in October of the year I was turning 30, which is 2015, and I was turning 30 December. So I was that, and you know, it made me realize, like, you really can attract what you want if you just put it out there, don't think about it, and just do what you can possibly do, and just maintain a positive mental attitude. Get a PMA, positive mental attitude. So now, more recently, I want to talk about my birthday. A lot of people thought I was in Mombasa for my birthday. I actually wasn't, and why I say a lot of people is because I shared some pictures in my social media, and I would bump into people and they'd be like, oh, how was Coast? And I was like, I wasn't in Coast actually. So I'll back up. Earlier this year, my family, my mum and my sister, said they're going to come around for Christmas, but they wanted to come just before Christmas, spend time with family here, but they didn't want to have celebrate Christmas in Nairobi. They wanted to go somewhere they've never been, and within Africa. So because of the time that we were talking, I was like, okay. And so they were like, you know, think of somewhere. I was like, well, I've been to Dar es Salaam, and you guys have never been to Dar es Salaam, so I think that would be a nice experience. And then, and maybe we can even see if we can go to Zanzibar, maybe, for my birthday. And we're like, yeah, cool. So checked tickets, got tickets, ended up having the best time because my friend lives there, and he was coming to Kenya for Christmas, so we rented his house. So it was just like a perfect exchange. And then I've always wanted to go to Zanzibar. It's actually in my to-do or to visit countries. And so I asked him, you know, is it possible to go to Zanzibar for the day and come back in case we don't have the time to go there overnight? And he was like, yeah, you can do that. So I spoke to my mum and sister, and we were like, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I was like, do you mind if we can do that for my birthday? Because last year, when I turned 30, I couldn't do that because I was moving, and I had a wedding where I was bridesmaid. Like, there was so much going on, and like adding a trip into my plan was going to kind of just be financially strenuous. So this year I was like, okay, I will do what I failed to do in my 30th for my 31st, and go somewhere I've never been, because I've done Dar es Salaam but I've never been to Zanzibar. So yeah, so we booked a ferry when we got there, spent our day in Zanzibar. We did the town, just because of the time we had in Zanzibar, we didn't have time to go visit where the beaches are and stuff, but we did the town, and I'd always wanted to learn about the history of slavery in the East African side of Africa. So yeah, so that was really interesting, and I was so happy that I got to tick that off. And you know, I made that, I'm in my head at the beginning of the year, I was like, wouldn't it be lovely to just be somewhere that I've never been for my birthday this year? And I said it, and I didn't think about it, and only when I was in Zanzibar I was like, oh my gosh, I actually got what I wanted, and I couldn't have been happier. But all these things come with making sure you genuinely have a PMA, a positive mental attitude. You've got to invest in positivity, and you have to be often as unrealistic as possible and write it down. And some things that you want might require you to reflect on, so that you can continue reminding yourself and planting the seeds in your mind, so that you can be the person that deserves, that gets, that works towards what you want to achieve at a certain point in your life. And yes, I get that sometimes things don't work at the time constraint you want, but when you look back, you actually realize you've attracted more than you ever even perceived possible. So spend time developing a positive mental attitude and write things that you want to attract in life. Be crazy, be really crazy. I'm going to share some crazy things that I've written once they've manifested, and I will share what they are in due time. But like, don't be scared to say what you want. It's your life, and don't be worried that you're not going to attract them. You will. But all you have to do as a person is be positive. Whatever it is that you want, work towards being that person, achieving that thing. If it's working hard, if it's hustling, if it's exercise, just whatever it is, make sure you're actively working towards being the person you perceive yourself to be, and the person who deserves what it is you're after. Thank you so much for listening. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with others, leave your comments, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, take care and have a great day wherever you are.